The shortage of money outside the bank is not solved by the huge amount of money in the bank. Welcome to section 4 of chapter 48 of the Holy Quran. Chapter 48 is Surah Al-Fatah, or victory. And section 4 begins with sign 27. Namshi. Lakat sadaka Allahu Rasulahu Aruhiya Bilhaq. Truly, did God fulfill his fulfill the vision for his messenger, vision Aruhiya, fulfill Haka. Lakat Walakat sadaka Allahu. Yes, God fulfill the vision here for the messenger, lahu, lahu for the messenger, rasulahu for the messenger. Latadhulunna al-masjid al-harami an insha'Allah, not an insha'Allah. latadhuluna al-masjid al-harama insha'Allah. Let's stop there. Let's pause there. Ye shall enter latadhuluna. Ye shall enter the sacred mosque, Masjid al-Haram, insha'Allah, if God wills. If God wills. With minds secure, heads shift. With minds secure, head shift, and that is Aminan Mulekina. Aminan Mulekina. Rusakum Aminan Mulekina. Ruhusakum Aminan Mulekina. Ruhusakum. And that is, with head shifts, hairs cut short with hairs shift, hairs cut off, rusakum, hairs cut off, wamukasirina la tahafuna wa mukasirina la tahafuna will not be afraid, without fear here, hairs cut short and without fear, hairs cut off and without fear. La yahafuna, la tahafuna without fear. Fa'alima ma lam ta'lamun, fa'alima ma lam ta'lamu, fa'alima ma lam ta'lamu. For he knew what ye knew not. For he knew what ye knew not. Fa'alima ma lam ta'lamu. He knew what ye knew not. And he granted besides this a speedy victory. We are now going to the Arabic side. Faja'ala min duni. Faja'ala min duni zalika. Min duni zalika, besides this. Besides this, min duni zalika, faja'ala, he granted. Ja'ala, he granted. Min duni zalika, fathan kariban. Speedy victory. Fathan, victory. That's the title of this book, of this chapter, sorry. And speedy is Kariban. mm, uh, وجعل من دون ذلك فتحا قريبا. We have, oh man, I'm feeling pains in my eye. Mm. Uh, we have two no's, 4910 and 4911. Mm. 10 is against its messenger, 4910. The prophet had had a dream that he had entered the sacred mosque at Mecca just before he decided on the journey which resulted in the Treaty of Hudaybiyah of Hudaybiyah of Hudaybiyah. Oh, yes, just before on the journey which resulted in the Treaty of Hudaybiyah. Pardon me. Full stop. By it, he and his people could enter next year without the least molestation and in the full customary garb. Oh my God. Sorry, something is itching my eyes. In the full customary garb, comma, with head shaved or hair cut short, with head shaved or hair cut off. Mm, And that is muhalikina rusakum, mm, with hair with head shaved or hair cut off, comma, and all the customary minor rites of pilgrimage, and all the customary minor rites of pilgrimage. And that's the first note, 4910 to sign 17, to sign 27. The first sign to section 4. Let's go to the second sign, 4911. 4911. We are referred to chapter 48, sign 18. We've gone past it, so viewers, we can do that at our leisure time. So for 4911, we are told, see above chapter 48, sign 18, and note 4895. 489. 4895, yes, 4895. Do we go to the, it's quite near. Kariban. Four, no, 4895. 4895. Yes, here it is. The Treaty of Hudaybiyah itself was a speedy victory. Yes, so a speedy victory is repeated here in double inverted commas. It followed immediately after the Bayrat. Okay, so we've done the reference. Let's go to the next sign, 28. هو الذي أرسل رسوله هو الذي no, not أرسله هو الذي أرسل رسوله بالهدى ودين الحق بالهدى ودين الحق. It is he who sent Arsala, his messenger, Rasulahu, with guidance, بالهدى, and the religion of and the religion of truth, ودين الحق, ليسهره على دين كلها ليسهره على دين كلها, and that is to make it prevail. يسهره or yusarahu, to make it prevail over all religion. Ala deen kullaha, all religion. I said all deen. Wakafa billahi shahidan. Wakafa billahi shahidan. And enough is God for a witness. Enough is God for a witness. Note 4912. 4912. The divine disposition of events in the coming of Islam and its promulgation by the Holy Prophet are themselves evidence of the truth of Islam and its all-reaching character. All-reaching is hyphenated, and its all-reaching character, semicolon. For there is nothing which it has not influenced. Full stop. See also sign 61. Oh, see also chapter 61. I think that's 61. Mm. Uh, chapter 61, sign 9. Mm. Note 544. Mm. 61, I don't know if that is Asaf. Maybe Asaf. Mm. Okay, anyway, chapter 69, 61, no, chapter 61, sign 9, note 5442. Okay, let's go to the next sign, which is 29. Mhm. Muhammadun Rasulullah. Muhammadun Rasulullah. Muhammad is the messenger of God. Mhm. Uh, Wallazina ma'ahu ashida. Wallazina ma'ahu ashida'u al kufara. Pardon me. Wallazina ma'ahu wallazina ma'ahu ashida'u al kufari. Let's pause there. Mhm. And those who are with him, ma'ahu, are strong, ashada, among believers, are strong among believers. And that's ashada ala kufaru. Mhm. Uh, Ruhama'u benahu, ruhama'u benahu, ruhama'u benahum. And that is among believers, among unbelievers. Oh, that's believers. And those who are with him are strong against unbelievers. And those, please, I'm repeating, I'm going back to make a correction. And those who are with him are strong against unbelievers, mm, but compassionate among each other. And that is Ruhama'u Bainahum, compassionate among each other. The word but is in brackets on the English side. Mm. So without the bracket is three, against believers, compassionate among each other. Bainahum, Ruhama'u Bainahum. Tarahum Ruka'an. Tarahum ruka'an. Tarahum ru'akan. Tarahum ruka'an. Sujadan. Yabguna fadlan lahi. Yabguna fadlan minan lahi. Yabguna fadlan minan lahi. Yarahum, thou will see them. Tarahu. Yes, tarahu. Thou will see them. Oh, yeah. Thou will see them bow and prostrate themselves. Thou will see them bow and prostrate themselves. Tarahum sujadan. Thou bow and prostrate themselves. Yabguna fadlan min yabguna fadlan min Allah. Yabguna fadlan min Allah. Seeking the grace, seeking grace from God. Or and that is seeking grace. Yes, seeking grace from God and His good pleasure. Mm. Uh, uh, what? Uh, Warid, waridu wanan, pleasure. So yabguna fadlillah, seeking grace of God wa ridwana, and the pleasure, mm, and pleasure of God, seeking grace from God and His good pleasure, and His good pleasure. His is in brackets. It's not there on the Arabic side, so we can see we could have read grace from God and good pleasure. Ridwanan, Ridwanan. Mm. Uh, Sima, Simahum fi wujuhihim min atra'il sujudi. Simahum fi wujuhihim simahum fi wujuhihim min atra shuja min atra sujudi. Yeah, min atra min athra sujudi, not shujudi, athra sujudi, not shujudi, not shu, but sujudi. That is, uh, and his good pleasure on their faces are marks, simahum, on the faces, on their faces are their marks, simahum, being the traces, and that is athra, being the traces, being the traces. At, yeah, atra'a sujudi, and that is being the traces on their prostration, being the traces of their prostration. So they prostrate such that it can result in the mark on their forehead. Mm. And sujidi, of their prostration. Mm. Atra'a sujidi, being the traces of their prostration. Then zalika matlahum fi taurati. Zalika matlahu zalika matlahum fi taurati wa matlahum zalika matlahum fi taurati wa matlahum fil injil. Let's pause there. Uh, Zalika, thus. I've lost the place so far, so soon. This is their similitude. This is their similitude. Mm. This is their similitude in the Torah, and their similitude in the Gospel, Injil, Torah, and Gospel, Injil. Let's go back and see. Zalika. Yeah, Zalika matlahum. Matlahum is similitude. Matlahum is similitude. That is their similitude. This is their similitude in the Torah and in the Injil. Mm. Injila. Injila. Kazar'in. Kazarhin. Kazarhin. Raja. Shatahu. Fazar'in. Raja. Shata'un. Mm. And that is كالزرع أخرج شطأه كالزرع أخرج شطأه mm, like a seed which sends forth its blade. Akhraja, send forth. Uh, ish, shut. Ahu, its blade. Shut. Ahu, its blade. فآزره فآزره فاشتك لذة فاشتك لذة. Its blade then makes it strong. فآزره makes it strong. Colon, semicolon. It then becomes thick. Mm. فاشتك له فاشتك لذة. It then becomes thick. It then becomes thick. فاشتك لذة. Mm. فاستوى على فاستوى على سوقه stem. Mm. فاستوى على سوقه uh, and it stands on its own stem it stands on its own stem. Istawa ala sukihi. It stands on its own stem. Yukjibu azara yukjibu azara uh, liyagiza bihim al-kafru liyagiza bihi al-kufaru liyagiza bihim al-kufaru. Yukjibu, wonder, to wonder, make azurha wonder, and azurha is farmer. Let's see, farmer. Then make strong is on his stem. Then, no, feeling the sowers, zara, feeling the sower, the sowers is in bracket SOWERS. That's those who sow. Feeling the sowers with wonder, and that is Yukjibu. Yukjibu is wonder. Azrai sowers. Mhm. Uh, liye- Liyegizu bihim al-kufra. Liyegizu bihi al-kufan. Li yugiza bihim al-kufan. Mm, no, afkura, al-kufara. Al-kufara. Liyugiza bihim al-kufara. Kufara, those who don't believe. Uh, as a result, it fills the unbelievers, kufara, with rage, the yugiza bihim, the yugiza bihim. It fills the unbelievers, kufara. Mm. So when the plants shoot up their blade, they become strong and thick. And when the unbelievers see it, they become, uh, they see it as a wonder. Mm. Yugible. They wonder at it. Let me see. Which the sowers with filling the sowers with wonder and delight. So they see it and they are delighted. They wonder at it and they are delighted. That they use Yujiba, 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 uh, or Yujibu, the Yujibu. The Azra is sowers. Uh, li liyagizu bihim al-kufaru. Liyagizu bihim al-kufaru. Uh, Unbelievers with rage, yugizu, rage, yugizu. Uh, uh, وعد الله الذين آمنوا وعد الله الذين آمنوا وعملوا صالحات منهم مغفرة. Uh, No, no, no. What are the promise? Let me see. God has promised those among them who believe and do righteous deeds forgiveness. And that is, وَعَدَ اللَّهُ الَّذِينَ آمَنُوا وَعَمِلُوا الصَّالِحَاتِ مِنْهُمْ مَغْفِرَةً. So God promised them forgiveness, those who believe and do righteous deeds. Forgiveness and a great reward. Wa ajrun aziman, and a great reward. Wa ajrun aziman. Pardon me. Wa ajran aziman. Let me take it again. وعد الله الذين آمنوا وعملوا الصالحات منهم مغفرة وأجرا عظيما. God has promised those among them, among them who believe, that's among the unbelievers who believe and do righteous deeds, forgiveness and a great reward. So God is always ready to forgive even unbelievers, to forgive the unbelievers once they believe, they repent and do righteous deeds. God is always ready to forgive them. And that is uh, sign 29, sign 21, 9. With how many notes? Sign 29, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 notes. Let's go to the first note. The first note is 4913. 4913. Compare chapter 9, Toba, sign 128. The devotees of God wage unceasing war against evil for themselves and for others. Semicolon. But to their own brethren in faith, dash, especially the weaker ones, dash, they are mild and compassionate, colon. They seek out every opportunity to sympathize with them and help them. To sympathize with them and help them. And that's note 4913. 4913. Let's go to the next note, which is 4915, second note. 4914. About, about pleasure, good pleasure. Their humility is before God and his apostle. Their humility is before God and his apostle and all who have authority from God. But they yield no power or pomp, P-O-M-P. They yield no power or pomp, comma, nor do they worship worldly show or glitter, nor do they worship worldly show or glitter. Full stop. Nor is their humility before God a mere show for men, nor is their humility before God a mere show for men. Let's go to the third note, 4915. 4915. Marks, see man, marks, against marks on their forehead. 4915. The traces of their earnestness and humility are engraved on their faces, i.e., penetrate their inmost being, the face being the outward sign of the inner man. Full stop. If we take it in its literal sense, the traces might mean the marks left by repeated prostration on their foreheads, though it's not necessarily in literal terms, not necessarily. I prostrate, I don't have the mark, but the mark is there. Physical, spiritual. Okay, so by repeated prostration on their foreheads, full stop. Moreover, a good man's face alone shows in him the grace and light of their prostration. Yes, when you see a worshipper's face, you might not see the black dot on the or the black spot on the forehead, but just looking at the face will tell you that he's somebody who prostrates frequently, regularly, of their prostration. This is their similitude in the Torah. This is their similitude in the Torah and their similitude. Huh? I'm reading the verse proper, and not the note. Oh my God! We are on 4195. 4195. Okay. Moreover, a good man's face alone shows in him the grace and light, the grace and light of God. Semicolon. He is gentle, kind. He is gentle, kind and forbearing, over ever helpful. He is gentle, kind and forbearing, ever helpful, relying on God and possessing a blessed peace and calmness. In brackets, Sakina. In brackets, Sakina. 48:26. Chapter 48:26. We've gone past it. Chapter 48:26. So viewers, you can go there. Sakina. Brackets close. Okay, brackets close. A blessed peace and calmness that can come from no other source. I've omitted the brackets here. That can come from no other source. Let's go to the uh, fifth. I don't know if it's the fifth or the third. Mm. We started with one. We started with 1, 3. So 3, 4, 5. 3, 4, 5. So 6 is the fourth one. So let's go to the fourth note. In the book of Moses, Torah, which is now found in a corrupt form in the Pentateuch, the posture of humility in prayer is indicated by prostration, e.g., Moses and Aaron fell upon their faces. It has been removed, but I think some of it is still extant, and we are referred to Numbers 16, Numbers chapter 16, verse 22. So, in fact, the believers of the Torah, the Jewish religion, are supposed to be prostrating, and likewise, the believers in the Injil gospel are also supposed to be prostrating. And this is what the Quran is telling us, that they are the similitudes. The prostration have similitudes in the Torah and the Injil, but they don't observe it or they don't go by it. Especially the Christians, the Jewish people, you see them, instead of full prostration, they bow the head down and up. Anyway, so, and that is note 4916, fourth sign. Let's go to the fourth note rather. Let's go to 4917, the fifth note. The similitude in the gospel is about how good seed is sown and grows gradually, even beyond the expectation of the sower. You sow something, you before realize, it shoots from beneath the soil, and then, so that's even beyond the expectation of the sower, colon. And then double inverted commas follows. The seed should spring and grow up, comma, he knoweth not how, semicolon. For the earth bringeth forth fruit of herself. The earth bringeth out fruit. For the earth bringeth forth fruit of herself, semicolon. First the blade, then the ear. After that, the full corn in the ear. Double inverted commas closed. Then colon. Mark 4, verses 27 to 28. Full stop. Thus Islam was preached by the Holy Prophet, semicolon. The seed seemed a human eyes. The seed seemed to human eye, not a human eye. The seed seemed to human eyes lost in the ground. When you say you think it's lost forever, when you put it beneath the soil, you think it's lost forever. No, it will shoot up. So the seed seemed to human eyes lost in the ground, semicolon. But it put forth its shoots and grew and became strong and became thick until it was able to stand on its own legs. Though the seed had no legs, the legs are the roots. And it's able to stand on its own legs, comma, and its worst enemies recognize its existence and its right to live. Who are the enemies? I don't know. You can speculate. And its worst enemies recognize its existence and its right to live. I don't know whether the enemies are the unbelievers. Anyway, full stop. Note how much more complete the parable is in the Quran. Full stop. The mentality of the sowers of the seed is expressed in beautiful terms. Colon. Its growth and strength fill them with wonder and delight. Mm. Fill them with wonder and delight. That's whom? Which people? The sowers, those who sow the seeds. Okay, fill them with wonder. And then let's go to the last note, which is 4981. 4981. I think it has a connection with the 4917 with the previous note. Anyway, let's go. 4918. I construe the particle li. I construe the particle li as expressing not the object, but the result. Mm. Liyagisu bihim. I think that's it. Yeah, liyagisu bihim. Make the unbelievers hatred. Liyagisu. So here the commentator is saying that he construes the particle li as expressing not the object but the result. That's the result of the wonderful growth of Islam in numbers and strength, as that its enemies were confounded and raged furiously within their own minds, a contrast to the satisfaction, wonder, and delight of the prophet and its companions. Full stop. The pronoun, enrich at them, that is liyak yagizu bihim, rage at them, in double inverted commas and in italics. The pronoun enrich at them, of course, refers to the prophet and his companions. Oh, I see. The pronoun enrich at them, of course, refers to the prophet and his companions and goes back to the earlier words on their faces, etc. Okay, well, that's what our commentator says. I thought otherwise, but who am I? Mhm. All right, or should I repeat it? The pronoun enrich at them, of course, refers to the prophet and his companions and goes back to the earlier words, then double inverted commas, on their faces. Well, I don't know what the meaning of rich here means. Rich here means. Anyway, that's it. That's note 4918, fifth and last note to sign 29 of section 4 of chapter 48 of the Holy Quran. When we come back in our next episode, viewers, we shall go to chapter 49, which is Hujrat. Hujrat. Chapter 49. God willing. Thank you very much. Ilalaka, bye bye. May God be with you all.